evening and welcome to this edition of the News Leader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller. In tonight's news, we'll have footage of Talama's Fire Chief Richard Chastain's retirement party. We'll check in on preparations for Talama City Schools to start back to school next week, and we'll have some video from the South Jackson Civic Center's Ice Cream Social. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
I am tremendously blessed to be living at Parkview and very happy to be part of a loving and caring community.
Best thing you can say is this really a great place to live. That's all there is to it, no doubt about that.
It's your home. You just do what you would if you were at your private home. You know, we love it. It's great.
It's just like having a whole neighborhood around you, and it's fun.
It's just a great place to live.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Welcome back. In tonight's news, we continue with coverage from Talama's Fire Chief Richard Chastain's retirement ceremony. Here we see AEDC Fire Chief Richard Lopez addressing the crowd.
I was talking to somebody the other day. I've been at Arnold Air Force Base now for about 18 years, just about. I had the honor of working together with Chief Watkins and being here at his retirement. And now it's a real honor for me to be here with Richard because I spent so much time with you. And the one thing I just want to say, Richard, is that the Tullahoma Fire Department, and especially you, have always been great friends and supporters of us. That means the world to us. We wish you and Pam the best in all that you're going to do, but there's no real way that I can thank you enough for always being there for us, for being such great friends to us. So, we'll give it a shot now. One of the things that comes with retirement is you're getting old, and you're retiring a little bit early, but you're still old. This thing that I'm going to give to Richard, most of you will know that AEDC celebrated its 70th anniversary. This piece of hardware here has been at AEDC for 70 years. Now it's for you. Come on up. It's a pull station from one of our test facilities that we took out when we remodeled it. It was when you pull on that, the fire department came. Okay? When we give Tullahoma Fire a call, when I call Richard myself and say, hey, I need a little something for you, can we have old number one to carry one of my men to his final resting place? Never said no. Always came. So this is representative of that. And on the plate it says, pull in case of retirement. And by the way, it's already pulled down, so you might have the key to reset it, I don't know. Chief Richard Chastain from the AEDC Fire Department, invaluable friendship and support. That's what we think.
And now we hear from the Lynchburg Fire Chief addressing the crowd.
Pam and I, we share great grandparents. So we're a little kin there. And I want to help Cuz out a little bit. So with that said, I want to be sure Richard has something to cook with. So I want to get one of our oven mitts for the home and also out the lake. Presentation from Lynchburg would not be complete without a bottle from Lynchburg. So here's a nice bottle of hand sanitizer. made by your local folks in Lynchburg. I know Chief Chastain's been handing out challenge coins this week to several different folks. We want to share our new challenge coin with Chief Chastain. Has a fireman's prayer on the back. I want to wish him well. They always came when I called. always had my back many times. We went to college together at Chattanooga State. We had many nights out to APDC and away from our families and stuff. We was out there learning, try to protect our communities. Appreciate you, love you. Anything we do, come visit us. All right? Yes, sir.
We'll be right back in a moment with more from Chief Richard Chastain's retirement after these messages.
I can think of this wonderful little woman that I had. She said, I can't talk. There's nothing there. And she said, I want my voice back. After the first session, she was loud. I'll never forget this. She said, there's a voice in me still. Whether it's Parkinson's or a stroke or whatever, they are not at the bottom, but they can always get better.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Hi, I'm Fran Gray with Alzheimer's Tennessee. When you receive a diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease for yourself or someone you love, please know that you do not have to go through this journey alone. Alzheimer's Tennessee is here for you to provide support and education, all the help you may need to get through this challenge. Our number is 931-434-2348. We encourage you to give us a call. We're here to help.
Welcome back. At Talama Fire Chief Richard Chastain's retirement, we also heard from Assistant Chief Larry Sloan.
The next speaker is going to be Assistant Chief Larry Sloan.
Afternoon. Thank you everybody for coming and celebrating Chief Chastain with us. I've only been here since October, so I don't have a whole lot of things that have happened since then, stories to tell. But my relationship with Chief Chastain goes back to 1990. When I finished EMT school out of Montlow, I grew up in Fayetteville, and when you're an 18-year-old emergency medical technician, you can't get a job anywhere because you're too young to drive. So I used to come and ride at Coffee County with Scott Pearson and Chief Chastain and all that bunch, and gained a little experience that way. And then my fire service career continued, and like all firemen in 2010, I got a second job. I decided I was tired of riding ambulances as a second job, and I got a job selling fire equipment. And Tullahoma, Southern Middle Tennessee was in my area. So after I'd go over on Grundy Street and get my butt chewed by Bill, I'd come see Chief Chastain and Chief Duncan and Chief Stubblefield to get my feel good back about me. You know, we talk about everything except fire equipment. We talk about football and boats and all that stuff, and we began a friendship. I thought he was more than just a customer, he was a friend. And of course then the Facebook happens and everybody becomes even closer friends, and continued on and throughout my career. And about a year ago I saw where the assistant chief position opened up here, and I had left Rutherford County, had entered the private sector to try my hand at some stuff, but I had a list of departments that said if this department has an opening that I'm interested in, I'm going to apply. And Tullahoma was on that list, and so I applied for the assistant chief position and didn't get it. And one morning I was sitting in my office because of COVID. I wasn't able to travel, and I just thought, you know, I'm going to call Chief Chastain and find out what I could have done better, and in that process to help me the next time. And that was a very fortuitous phone call, because at the end of that phone call, we both said that God had a time and place for me. And that time ended up being about an hour later. Chief came to work, and the person who had accepted the position had backed out. And my next phone call was from Chief Chastain. He had Chief Pearson on the phone, and they offered me the position that I hold now. And I've worked for a lot of chiefs, but I've never worked for a friend before. And it's kind of funny how a friend can become a mentor in just a short period of time. I've seen his dedication to this department, the things that's happened over the course of his tenure here, and it's very impressive. And that's probably one of the best phone calls that I ever answered. And I feel like it's gonna pay off in my career. I hope that one of these days that Chief can look back and say one of the best decisions he ever made was bringing me to Tullahoma. because I honestly feel that that was one of the best decisions that was ever made for me. And I'm going to miss him. I know I'm going to see him at the lake. If I can ever get my boat down here, it'll be even better. But Chief, I hope you enjoy your retirement. I always cherish our friendship, and I appreciate everything you ever done for me.
And we also heard from Deputy Fire Chief Kenny Pearson.
I've said it quite a bit over the last few days, but something that I have noticed within Chief is his servitude. He is a servant leader. Servant leader is, you know what, I need glasses. No. Servant leadership sees leadership as an opportunity to serve others. He shares power and control to drive engagement. He measures success through growth and development. He listens. And he understands it's not about him. When I joined the office, I was quickly told that this wasn't an I team, it was a we team. And this happened probably about 7 years ago. I'd hurt my leg, and I had got a little bit of light duty that I could go in there and use some of my computer skills to help with the ISO training records. So I sat in there, and he comes up to me one day and he says, "What have you done today?" Of course, you know, everybody said, are you done with that yet? Have you got it done? Where you at? Where you at's his favorite word. Larry will know that. He's heard that many times already. So I started listing off the things I had done that day. And it was always I did this. Or I did that. I got done with listing off the things that he had asked me to do, and I had done them. And he looked at me and says, "No." I said, what's wrong? He said, "No, we did this." And I learned a lot. And he's been a great chief. I said I would be quick, so I'm gonna finish this up. I was looking at scripture in Psalms 82:3-4. Give justice to the weak and the orphan. Maintain the right of the lowly and the destitute. Rescue the weak and needy. Deliver them from the hand of the wicked. And Chief has been that type of person. It's always tough. It's tough to do this. Another quote that I came across was from Christopher Reeves. He said, "I think a hero is an ordinary individual who finds strength to preserve and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles." And we had a lot of obstacles we had to endure, but we got over them. And I think we're the better for it. So I'm gonna finish up with that. Our next speaker will be Jennifer Moody, City Administrator.
And be sure to tune in next week when we'll have more from Richard Chastain's retirement ceremony in next week's newscast. More news is coming up in a moment.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
The individuals with dementia, those with Parkinson's, those that have maybe mobility issues, need caregivers. Well, those caregivers are 24 hours a day at home, and they never get a rest. And if they have to go to work, they're kind of out of luck. So that's why Trinity came into existence 25 years ago, to allow the caregivers to have a safe center where they could put their loved ones, know they would be well cared for, stimulated, fed good nutritious meals, have activities to their level, and then the caregiver can stop by and pick them up and go on home and have some continuity into their life.
Welcome back. On Monday, Talama City Schools held an all-staff meeting for the school system, and news leader Philip Scoggins brings us this clip of Director of Schools Dr. Katrine Stevens welcoming everyone.
What an amazing year. The word that comes to mind right now is just, wow. Who would have thought all we would have gone through in such a unique year? When I think of the year, these words come to mind, and these are just a few of the words that come to mind. Change, challenge, heartache, small opportunities to gather, social distance, adjustments, protocols, perseverance, grit, teamwork, technology, loving, supporting students, families, each other. And ultimately, we did it. We achieved success. And for the first time in over a year, and actually 2 years, we are together again. Can I get a whoop whoop? Can I get a whoop whoop? Oh yes, you can tell I'm excited. It's the first time I've seen you all in a large group, ever. And I'm thrilled to be here with all of you. Back in February 2020 when I interviewed, and I had a question at Bel Air, and actually I had this question more than once, and it was something about me singing. Now, the question seemed to be attached to snow days. Nobody ever asked, will you sing when we all meet together? And you're gonna find out. But I need a little help. Ready? You can all do this. This is not hard. Here we go. Keep that rhythm. I am standing right before you. It is really good to see you. I have waited all this summer so that I could come and greet you. We are ready to get with it, get it kicking, get it started. It is time to make a difference in the lives of all we serve. Do 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 do. You got it! And we sang together! Because we are together again. TCS together again. And I meant every word of that little ditty. I've been waiting. And you know I have more, but I'm gonna resist. It really is good to see every one of you. I'm eager for the year ahead, as we all work together to continue our focus on inspiring students to achieve their fullest potential, academically, personally, emotionally, and socially. The entire TCS team and our school board looks forward to joining you, partnering with you in this important work, and supporting you as you make a direct, tangible, profound difference in the lives of our Tullahoma City Schools students. Now that is exciting, inspiring, and life-changing. So one more time, can I get a whoop whoop? All right, now with the hand motion, please. Whoop whoop. There you go.
We'll be right back after these commercial messages.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Hello, I'm Ray Norris, Mayor of Tullahoma. I want to thank the citizens of Tullahoma who've been following the CDC guidelines for helping prevent the spread of COVID-19. You've been wearing your mask, you've been getting your vaccinations, and I'll tell you, it's working. Today, our positivity rate is less than 5%. That's the lowest it's been since the earliest days of our pandemic. So, now I want to urge each of you to continue to follow these guidelines, and together, let's get this pandemic behind us and get our country back to the old normal where we need to be. Thank you.
Welcome back. Last week was the annual South Jackson Ice Cream Social featuring the South Jackson Street Band. This year's theme was World War II and the USO. News leader's John Gray brings us this video.
Another bride, another groom, another sunny honeymoon, another season, another reason for making whoopee. A lot of shoes, a lot of rice. The groom is nervous, he answers twice. It's really killing that he's so willing to make whoopee. Picture a little loveliness out where the roses cling. Picture that same sweet loveliness. Think what a year can bring. He's washing dishes and baby clothes. He's so ambitious, he even sews. But don't forget, folks, that's what you get, folks, for making whoopee. Another year, or maybe less. What's this I hear? Well, can't you guess? She feels neglected, and he's suspected of making whoopee. She sits alone most every night. He doesn't phone her, he doesn't write. He says he's busy, but she says, is he? He's making whoopee. My love has gone on. Yes. My lonely days are over. And life is like a song. At last, skies above are blue. My heart was wrapped up in clover. The night I Something that I can call my own. I found a thrill to press my cheek to, a thrill that I never know. You smile, and like a better there was and here we are in heaven.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up next.
It is wonderful living here. I don't have responsibilities of a house. I don't have all the work that goes with a house. And you can just relax here and be happy.
There's no set thing that you have to do. However, the offerings that they give you, it's wonderful.
I think the biggest thing about Parkview that is most significant to me is that we are family.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Talama, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Talahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Suicide prevention starts with everyday heroes like you. Join us on September 18th at Manchester Rotary Park at 9 a.m. as we walk to fight suicide and raise awareness about mental health. Be a part of the movement turning hope into action and create a culture that's smart about mental health. Funds raised at the walk will benefit the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Sign up at afsp.org/Coffee County.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1952 at 105 degrees. The record low was in 1984 at 53 degrees. Average high on this day is 88, and the average low is 68. Clear weather expected tonight with a low of 72. Mostly sunny weather in the forecast for Friday with a high of 94 and a low of 71. Mostly sunny weather continuing in the forecast for Saturday with a high of 90 and a low of 68. And that's our News Leader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for News Leader on 6. You have a good evening.